What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Welcome back to another player ratings for another fun performance to rate, considering some of the ratings we have done already this season. It's still not easy because I probably got carried away with my ratings, as you will see in a few minutes, but it is what it is. You called me negative for the past 2 years. Well, you're getting the opposite now, so enjoy it. Um, let's set the like goal for this video for 65. That should be easy. So push that like button. 65 should be nothing for you guys. Thanks for doing it. And let's jump straight into it because we played and we made 5 subs. So yeah. We start with the back line. Perin. I gave him 6. And he made an absolutely stinky mistake. It was all Miretti saved him. Like Miretti was very smart to just jump in front of the ball, put his body in there, so he got notched down. Because that game could have, go potentially in a different direction. Who knows? Like we came back from Salernitana, but who knows? Um, so based on that, I actually should have graded him lower because you got an opportunity. You cannot really mess it up as a goalkeeper, especially for us with one game in the season. But he made also a very good save, 2 of them, I thought. So I gave him a 6 because I don't want to be harsh, but that was that was one heavy touch he made in that box. So 6, Gatti. I gave him a 6 because I think offensively he was like defensively. Besides like a couple of things here and there in the first half, just a bit of freedom they gave Frosinone on the edge of the box. Other than that, it was clean in my opinion. So I gave him a 6 because he had a very bad game last week against Sanitana. I think offensively he was much better than defense, or he was more catchy on the eye offensively. I'm gonna say that rather than better. But I give him a 6. I thought he had a good game. Bremer, 6.5. Like he's having an unbelievable season. That intervention when we lost possession and I think was it Ibrahimovic who played that ball? Or was it that ball going to Ibrahimovic? I think Ibrahimovic played that ball in and he made a clean intervention. Like he had again a very solid game and he's playing at a very high level. And happy for him because last season wasn't good. Overall, like adjustments, whatever. He had some absolute stinky performances last season, and he turned it around completely. So 6.5. Danilo, 6. I thought Danilo was good, and I'm happy for him. It's good for us that he had that type of performance because he wasn't good ever since his injury. He came back out. Excuse me. He said, "I have not been playing well." I thought that was good, positive, but also a little bit worrying that he actually, usually he gives you the box standard answer. Now he was admitting that I'm not playing well, so I was a bit worried. But he picked it up, and he will probably play against Sassuolo. So it's only a good thing that he picked it up, in my opinion. So 6 for him as well. Then the midfield, and here. Excuse me. From now until the end, you're probably gonna say you have been very generous or not generous enough. Wea, 6. I'm gonna stick to my opinion on Wea. In this setup, the way we play, I don't think you're gonna see the best out of him going forward with the speed he has. That's it. However, I thought defensively he would be much shakier, and I know we have not been playing the greatest of teams, but still, I was very worried. Injuries, not playing. Now he's putting 90 minutes, not today, but like he's putting minutes into it now, and I think defensively he's been very, very good. Offensively, it can be better. However, I think that's what it is at this moment in time. As a wing back, I think that's what it's gonna be. I also have a feeling he's been asked to, think about that defensive phase a little bit more than just bumming forward. But he's doing well. Like he's doing well in that regard. Also because maybe I set my expectations way too low for him in that aspect, and he's doing well. So I gave him a 6. McKennie, 7.5. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but besides the work rate, technically he was good. Finally, like that's And I know maybe it's a one-off because we know his technical ability is limited. His work rate is crazy this season. It's very good. You know, his mindset, everything is very good, and I really appreciate that. And it should be appreciated because at the start of the season, everybody was like, "Why is he staying?" You know, he's absolutely not gonna contribute whatsoever, and like he's growing into it every single game. But today, like the assists were spectacular. Like the first one, the way he cuts it back and just chips it perfectly for Milik, I was like, wow. But that second one on Yildiz, that was pinpoint. Like that was so good and so clean that I'm like, where like where was this all this time basically? Because I've seen him struggle with the ball, not as much as in previous years. This season he's keeping it very basic, which is good. You know, not overdo it because otherwise it will look clumsy. But now I have also been asking, you need to take a bit more risk in your game. You know, against Sanitana, 10 man, I was like, that's not good enough. Like, there needs to be some more quality into it. And he provided that quality in possession today. So I gave him a 7.5 just because I slated him week in, week out because of that. Or I called it out, basically, knowing that that's who he is. But I gave him a 7.5 because I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. So, well, here we go. Locatelli, 6.5. I thought he had a very good game. The fans feel like winning that ball back for that Milik third goal. That was brilliant. You know, the fact that he actually handed it to Milik, I really like that. He could have just taken the shot and put it away himself, but he knew Milik is on a hat trick, possibly, and he gave it. I rate that. I really appreciate it because Milik was low on confidence in goals. Pre-game, he said, you know, I'm struggling. And I think Locatelli understood the assignment and just handed him that hat trick. So 6.5, I thought he was very, very good as well. Miretti, 7. I thought he was brilliant. I really think he was very good. And actually, the last couple of weeks, he has been playing well when he was called upon. I really believe that when we play with certain players, we look different. There's more, like, if you play with Locatelli, McKennie, and Rabiot midfield, it will look a certain way. No matter what the mindset is, it will look in a certain way. Now, if you insert a player like McKennie in there, it will look different. Excuse me, Miretti, it will look different. Now, a lot will depend as well on him. Like, you need to add quality individually. Like, you need to be good in the ball. You cannot do random things. So that I get, and I agree with everybody probably shouting at their screen now. But he was brilliant. That's the Miretti I believe in. Even better, to be honest. I think he has a lot more qualities than this. But a lot of people are now saying, do not loan him out. Do not sign a player. And I will talk about that during the live I'm going to do. So rewatch that. But he's a player that should be getting more minutes. He should. And give him the confidence. Play him. Give him the freedom he needs. Or, like, yeah, the freedom. A bit of the freedom. Like, because he makes runs. He gets into areas on the pitch where others do not get. Like, he creates space for other players as well. Like, that penalty win was brilliant, but that happens because he is in open space again. So he should be getting more minutes. He should be getting more confidence, and he should be playing to this level probably every single time he gets called upon. But that was a very good display. So I gave him a 7. I thought he was brilliant. Kostic, 5.5. And when I do my ratings, people know what 5.5 was. It wasn't poor, and it wasn't good as well. It was just Kostic, and I don't want to really talk about this now on Kostic. But it is what it is now. Like, he's extremely low on confidence. Nothing is coming off for him. Like, his work rate was good today. You know, appreciated that. However, in general, it's not coming off for him. Like, it's really not working. Like, that first half, that first 25 minutes, as well for Milik, but Milik turned his game around. That was painful to watch. Like, I felt really sad and bad. Like, I felt for him. I really did, because he was struggling out there, and he was like nothing like was bouncing his way. Like, he was misplacing passes, trying to win the ball back, making horror tackles, making crazy tackles. Like, it was not coming off, and you can see he's low on confidence, and he's struggling big time. Like I said, Allegri needs to help him out and give him some, like, just rest him or whatever you want to call it, and bring him in, like, and somehow find that spark again, because now you're just playing him and hoping it comes off, and you're like, oh my god, finally, and now build on that, but it's not coming off. So 5.5. I don't think he was poor, but I don't think he was good as well. Strikers, Milik 8. Hat trick. I think that's the highest score I gave a player ever since I started doing these. To be honest, so probably you guys will know better in the chat, so let me know in the comments. But Milik, I saw that first 10 minutes, even when he scored the pen, or like the 50 minutes, I was like, oh boy, like, yes, you got the pen, but it wasn't good. Like he and Kostic were like just messing about and messing everything up. I was like, chill, like absolutely chill now, take it easy. And that's what he did. Like he grew into the game. He took his 3 goals. You might say, well, a pen, a tap in, and the second one was good. The run was good, whatever. And you're like, oh, he needed those goals. Like I don't care how he scored those goals. He needed those goals because he was low on confidence. We won 6-0 last week, and he was actually not a factor in any of those goals. And I think that really set not well with him, and especially with me as well. When I came on, I said like that's very weird, or like that's a bit worrying, a bit frustrating as well. However, 3 goals, almost 4. His link-up play and the build-up play was not as impressive in previous games, but like I said, he's a striker. He did what he had to do. So 8, and I'm happy for him because we're gonna need him. We're trying to ship out Keane, so we're gonna need his confidence. So 8 for me, excuse me. Yildiz 7, and you might say that's not a 7 type of performance. He had better games, quote unquote. I think this was one of his best games, to be honest. Maybe his best game. The Sanitana one I liked as well. And yes, the goals are nice. The goal was crazy again. Like the technique, because it was a little bit behind him, but he just used his outside back heel of his boot to still put it away. Like that's just quality. It wasn't an easy goal because it was a little bit behind him, but even besides the goal, he's so calm on the ball, even on the edge of our box. Like defensively, his work rate was impressive. And why do I mention that? If we want to change formation, Allegri's gonna demand that from certain players, him included, and he was good. He was on the edge of the box, like he was calm, composed, playing it out, linking up play, pulling it. I think he made one mistake in the first half. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, that will probably be it for today. Like that's a player he is looking like he will become and is at the moment, and that was good. Like we have a real player there. We need to be calm, do not go over the top, but he looks extremely good. Besides the talent, like his mindset, like everything, he's calm. Yeah, man, 7. I thought that was good. Then the subs is where I'm a bit confused because when Allegri started making the subs, the game was that the game was played, and you felt that at everything. Like the players on the pitch, it was a bit freestyling because of the players coming in out of position. Like the juice, like the cohesion, it was just gone. And I get it, I absolutely get that. After those subs, it was all about individual performances basically, or like individuals trying to make it happen. So Hans, I think he did well. I gave him a 6. Junior, 5.5. He's not a midfielder. Like that's all I need to say. Like I think that's obvious. We talked about it. He's not a midfielder. I was a bit disappointed that when he came on, he kept on Kostic. I know for confidence, but like Junior is not a midfielder. Like he will try, but it's not gonna be the same. He's actually not even a wing back, to be honest, as well. But 5.5. Vlahovic again, 5.5. The game was over. Linking up play a little bit, but we were not really dangerous in and around the box anymore, to be honest. Like just from long range, and that was it. Cambiaso 6. He had, I don't know what he did in the box. I think somebody went underneath the ball and he was kind of surprised, almost conceded there in the last minute. But his energy, even his ability and belief in taking shots or being in and around the box, I think is impressive. It is impressive compared to when I think he went to a bad stretch. So 6, Nonge. I think Nonge was good. 12 minutes, but like I thought it was good on the ball. Like he looks like he has a lot of quality. He has, not he looks, because I've watched under 23 games. He has a lot of qualities. Happy for him. Happy that he's getting minutes, even if it's late minutes, whatever. It's good for him to be in around the team now. So those are my player ratings. I've been a bit generous probably, and you'll probably disagree, but whatever. I didn't say that. Like the video. Let's set the goal for this one at 70 likes. So smash that like button, hit that like button. Appreciate it, and I will see you guys later tonight for a live show. Ciao.